We will code this product grid in Next.js React in this video, so I'm able to add products to the cart. Let's say we add these 3 products. If I click this cart, we have these 3 products. I can remove one of them. It will automatically get total price, and I can also favorite products. So this is a front-end practice tutorial for your portfolio. Let's begin. Let's start by typing Next.js getting started, and we will click here installation. So you're gonna need Node.js 18.17 or later, so you can download it here if you don't have it. And then we will copy this command, and we will go into a folder where you want to make this project and start a CMD. So get CMD to this path, npx create next app at latest, and then add dot to create it in the current folder and not to create a new folder. Would you like to use Typescript? Yes. Slink? Yes. Tailwind CSS? Yes. This is no. App router? Yes. And we don't want to do this. You can check this video on my channel, how to set up Next.js Convex ShadCN Stripe Tailwind CSS, if you want more details on how everything works. Then Google ShadCN installation and go here to installation. ShadCN are just components, UI components that we will use, and we will click Next.js, and then we will skip this one. We will just copy this one, npm. So we need to wait for this to finish first. When it finishes, we will paste this in it and just run it. So we will select slate. This is just a color. Slate is good. We want these CSS variables and just wait. And now we're gonna go to ShadCN and let's go to button. So I'm gonna press here, and this is the button that we need, this component, and we can just copy this code. Let's go here and then just paste it, add button, and just wait for a moment. I think I need to press enter as well, and it's gonna add the button. And let me start another CMD here because we're gonna need it. Code dot to open this file folder into VS Code, and I will also say npm run dev. Let's go to VS Code, and here in app page tsx, let me first go here, and we need to go to localhost 3000. So let's go to localhost 3000, and now this will start compiling. This is the page that we have. If we go to VS Code, it's coded here in this page tsx. So I'm actually gonna select everything and delete everything. We will go to ShadCN, and we will also need to I'm gonna find sheet, and I'm gonna copy, so you see what it is. I'm gonna copy this, and we're also gonna need badge and card. So you can do it this way, or you can just copy paste each individually. So you have also here card and badge you can find, but I will do it this way, and then I will just paste it here. Now while this is installing, let's start coding in our page tsx. So this is in app page tsx. I'm gonna say use client because we're gonna be using some hooks like use state, and then we're gonna import React and use state from React. Import all of this from Lucid React. You should have Lucid React if you installed ShadCN, but if you don't, just npm install Lucid React. Import heart, card, and heart, star, and shopping cart, and then import button from add components UI buttons. So this is what we installed from ShadCN. So components, UI, badge, button, card, sheet, etc. And then let's import card, card content, and card footer from add components UI card. Import badge from add components UI badge. Import sheet, sheet content, sheet description, sheet header, sheet title, and sheet trigger from add components UI sheet. And then import image from next image. Then let's create interface that's going to be product, and we will define some fields. So ID of the product, which will be number, name string, price number, rating number, and image URL will be string. Then initial products, that's going to be array of products interface this, and then let's make an array. So we're going to open one object, the first one, and ID of this product will be 1. So I am now making some placeholder products. This is only frontend, so you can just like have this in the database and fetch it if you want, but we will just make some mock products. Name sleek watch, price $129.99, rating 4.5, and then image URL. So I found this image on Unsplash. If you go to unsplash.com and you pick any kind of image, and you can just right click and copy image address and then paste it here, or you can also download this and then you can put it in your public folder, and then it would be, the URL would be /imagename.jpg, for example. That would be if it's in your public folder. But let me do it like this, although this will load a bit slower, but it's coded faster, so let me just do it. Now I'm gonna make some more products. You can copy paste this from my GitHub page below. You don't need to maybe write this manually if you don't want to. Let me just add a few more products. I'm gonna have 6. Let's continue. I'm gonna say const product page, product grid page. So this is our main page that we are building. Let me remove this, and that's gonna have type of react.fc. You don't need this if you don't want to, I think. And then we're gonna make an arrow function, make some space inside, and export default product grid page. Okay, now let's start coding inside of this component. So product, set products. It's gonna be use state and initial products. Now if you wanna change products at any point, you're gonna use this set products. And then cart, set cart, use state product. So it's gonna have a type of array of products, and it will be empty array. So this is the cart. And when user adds product into a cart, we will just add products into this array. Favorites, set favorites, so user can favorite also. Use state number, so this will just be array of numbers, and we will save I think product ID here of products that are favorited. It's gonna be empty array in the beginning. Okay, so add to cart function, it's gonna receive product of type product. Set cart, so the previous cart, and then at the end this new product. So whatever we had previously, and at the end the new product. Okay, remove from cart, we just need product ID number. So set cart, and then we're gonna say inside cart.filter item. So for each item in the cart, we will keep every item where item ID, the product ID, is different from this product ID. So if product ID is different, we will keep it. If it's the same, then we will filter it out. So now we will remove the product with this product ID. Toggle favorite, we need product ID. Set favorite, so we have previous favorites, and then if previous favorites includes this product ID, then we will remove that product ID from favorites. So ID, so for each ID, if ID is different from product ID, we will keep it, and then if it's the same, we will filter it out. So we will remove the product from the favorites list that has this product ID. Or, so if it doesn't include this product ID in favorites, then we will just add this product ID in favorites. So this is toggling of favorites. We either remove it if it's included, or we add it if it's not included. Okay, let's go next. Is in cart. This is true or boolean, true or false. product ID, if cart.sum, and then for each item, we're gonna check if any item has this product ID. That means this item is included in cart. This item with this ID. So we are checking if this item is included in cart. Get total price from cart. So total price in cart. So return cart.reduce. So .reduce is gonna go through each of the cart items, and we're also gonna have total sum. So it's gonna go through each item, and it's also gonna keep one total state from all of the previous iterations. So we have total and item, and we're gonna make an arrow total plus item.price. So the first item, so we will start from 0, and then on first iteration, for example, let's say price is 10, we have 0 plus 10, and then on next iteration we will keep this result. This will go into total, so it will be 10, and the new item is 12, so we will have 10 plus 12, and then it will be 22. So next iteration we'll have 22 here, and then item is, let's say, 8, and so on. So this will sum up everything in the all of the prices in the cart. Let's continue. And we need to say to fix 2, so we want to have only 2 decimal places. Okay, now let's code the component HTML. So we're gonna make a new div, minimum height screen, and background gray 50. Let's make some space, and we will make a header with background white and shadow small. So if I just save this like this, it shows absolutely nothing, but soon we will start getting things. Then let's make a new div and class name. So max width is 7XL, margin X auto, so we center it, padding Y and padding X. And then we want to say on small devices, padding X is 4, large devices, padding X is 8. So when you have padding X 4 and then small, so this is the smallest possible device. It starts from small, so this is extra small, so this is smaller. And then when you say small device, then everything bigger than this small and everything bigger will have padding 6. And then large and everything bigger will have padding X8. Flex, justify betweens of the items, and then center items. Let's put a title, so this will be header. We will have this class name, so text 2XL, font semi-bold, text gray 900, and text store. Let me save this, and let's go here. So we have this kind of small logo. And then let's make a sheet. So I think you install the sheet from ShadCN. Sheet trigger as child. I will explain why. So when you sheet trigger is by default a button. And so if you want to have another button inside of a button, you cannot do that, but you can do it. So you cannot do that in like HTML, it will throw an error. But if you put this as child, it will work. So variant outline. If we go here, press F12, you will see that we have different, so this is the code of our button. We have different variants, so default, destructive, outline, secondary, whatever. So we're gonna use this. You can create your own variants by just adding it below. So we're gonna use outline, size icon, class name relative. You can check what happens if you don't put class name relative if you want. Shopping cart. So this is the icon from Lucid React, and this is the size of it. And let me actually just save it right here. So let me check what happens. Yeah, this is the, and then this is the shopping cart icon, but nothing happens when you click it yet. Okay, so now cart.length. So if we have items in cart.length is more than 0, then we will render this. So what this end means is if this is true, this will also be rendered. So we will say badge, this variant destructive, and we're gonna add some class names. We will put it at absolute, and then this position. So this is absolute relative to this button. So this is the relative, this is absolute, so it will move like to the top right of this button. So let me see if we have anything now. If I save, I think we don't have anything yet. We need to put something inside. So cart length, this is the number, yeah. So we're gonna put this cart length number, and then we're gonna have it here, but I think cart length is 0. So let me just say true, and if I say 3, now we have like 3 items in the cart. This is what it looks like. And this is, if we remove this relative, I think it will just go to the relative of the whole screen. So let me remove this, let me return this, so it only shows these numbers if there is something in the cart. And let's continue. Okay, so this is sheet trigger. So when we click this, it will open sheet from the side, like from the side. So sheet content, we're gonna have sheet header, sheet title, your cart. So let me just save this, and if I click this, it will open the sheet. It has your cart as title. Now let's continue. Sheet description. You have cart.length items in your cart, and below that class name margin top 8. We're gonna map all cart items one by one in this sheet so we can see them. So let's make a div. So when you are mapping something, you wanna pass in the key. So item.id, some unique value into the key. This is just so React or Next.js knows how to distinguish between different divs, because we're gonna have same divs here. And then class name flex, justify between item center and margin bottom 4. We're gonna write in item name, and then another div, and then we're gonna make a span with margin right 4, and then we're gonna say item price, so $, and then item price to fix 2, so we will have maximum 2 decimal places. And then button, we will have variant destructive, size small, remove. If I save this, now we will not see anything because we don't have, you have 0 items in your cart, so we will have to wait a bit to see these items here. And then also on click, so this remove, the way we remove this is we have this on click that is an arrow function, and arrow function remove from cart, and then pass in the item ID, and you have this item object here when you are mapping through them. Now let's go below, and let's first check if cart length is more than 0. If it is, then we will render something. Let's put a div, margin top, padding top, and border T, a border top with 1 pixel. So you can install VS Code extension. It's called, I think, Tailwind CSS or something like that, and you will get like this hover effect to see what each of these classes does. Okay, so we're gonna make a strong, and then total, get total price. We just call this function, and that's it. But right now it will not show anything because we have nothing in our cart. This total price will only display if we have something in our cart. So we will have it soon. Let's make sure we close all of the brackets properly. And then below header, we make a main. So this will be our page, max width 7XL, margin X auto, padding Y6, small padding X6, large padding X8, div. So now let's make a product grid. So grid columns 1. This is the smallest size, so the smallest screen will have just 1 column in the grid, but then small size screens will have 2 columns, and then large will have 3 columns, gap 6 between those like products in the grid. Okay, so let's map all of the products. So products.map, and then for each product, card. So this is from ShadCN. Add components UI UI card. This is, I'm talking about the import. Add components UI card. So the key product ID, you always need to pass in unique key when you are mapping something in Next.js React. Class name overflow hidden, so it will hide everything that's overflowing. Card content, class name. Okay, let's make a div, flex, justify center, item center, and height 48. And then add background gray 100, rounded MD, so rounded corners, margin bottom 4, relative, and overflow hidden. So we will use this relative later. This will come to play later. So if you don't want to put in images, you can just uncomment this, write this placeholder. So this placeholder will just show, let me show you what it will show. Don't forget to import it from Lucid React. I'm pressing Ctrl Space to import it and then save. We will see these like placeholder icons here, and that's what this will do. But let's go back to our code. I'm gonna undo everything. I'm gonna comment this back, and now let's place actual images. So I'm gonna say image, and this image is from next image. Then I'm gonna say source is product image URL, alt is product name. Then we have layout fill and object cover. So if the image is bigger than this like file, then it's gonna just be cut, and it will not like stretch this box or card. Okay, then we're gonna make title, write title of this product below. So H3, text large, font semi-bold, text grade 900, margin bottom 2, and product name. Then we're gonna put in another P. I think this is, let's see what this is. So text gray 600 and margin bottom 4, product price, so $, and then product.price to fix 2, so 2 decimal points, and then flex item center, margin bottom 4 on this div. So these are reviews, so star, this is icon from Lucid React, and width height both 5, text yellow 400, and margin right 1, span, and then we're gonna say text small, text raise 600, product.rating.toFixed 1. If I save this in a few moments, okay, so we have some errors here, so we need to go into next.config.js and enable these domains to show images from these domains, because this image we need to manually like tell it from which domains it can show images. So if we import it from next/image, so let's go here to next.config.js, MJS in my case. We will go in this next config and make some space and say images and open object. Domains, array, images.unsplash.com. So I'm gonna put in this domain that it tells me, and another domain that I will use is plus.unsplash.com. I will save this, and then I will shift F5 to restart this without cache, so to refresh the page, and we will wait for a few moments. And all the images will load. Now the images might load a bit slower, but you can also just download these images, because these are 4K images, so you can download less resolution, and you can put them into your public folder, as I explained in the beginning, to load them faster. Now let's go to card content. Below that we're gonna say card footer, and we're gonna say background gray 50, padding 4, and flex, and we're gonna say justify between and item center, and we're gonna pass in button. On click, we will check if this product is in cart, and if it is, then we will remove from cart. So this is button that's gonna say add to cart or remove from cart, depending on if the product is in cart. So on click we will remove from cart if it's in cart, and if it's not in cart we will add to cart. Then class name is with full variant, so if it is in cart the variant will be destructive, so it's going to be red, so red like remove from cart, or it will be default variant. So you can click this button, press F12 in code, because VS Code, and you can see all of the variants. It's up here, so you have these variants with these Tailwind CSS classes. You can create your own variants down below here. Okay, and then the text that this button will display, so if it is in cart, we will say remove from cart, or we will say add to cart. Let's save this. Let's check it. So here, I think if I click it, it's gonna work, and magically all of a sudden everything works. Now I have it in cart, I have 2 in cart, I can remove this one, everything works. And then below, let's make another button, and there's gonna be variant ghost, and this is going to be, I think, a favoriting button. So size icon, class name margin left 2, on click, toggle favorite, and then pass in product ID. And the icon is gonna be heart from Lucid React, class name width height 5, and then we're gonna check if this is already favorited. So if favorites includes this product ID, then we will have fill red 500 and text red 500, or if it's not favorited, we will have text gray 500. So we have this icon, and now I can favorite everything, and that's it. This is it. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, ask them down below. This is a fun little project. Drop like, share, subscribe, and see you in the next video.